People think that happiness is a destination or an achievement, when you're finally able to back that degree, or when you're finally able to save that amount of money, or when you're finally able to like go on that vacation. That is what most people or some people think happiness is. But truly, happiness is very simple. Happiness is what you call it to be. Happiness is a conscious decision that you make every single day. It doesn't have to be tied to anything. You choose your own happiness, you choose your own joy. And I've come to understand that by tying your happiness to things, to material things, or to achievements, you are denying yourself of something. You are denying yourself of true joy. You are denying yourself of experiencing true joy. Happiness is about living in the moment, because when you tie your happiness to something, you find out that you keep chasing, you keep reaching. You find out that at the end of the day, you are able to find when you're able to finally lay your hands on those things. Maybe you're hoping that happiness would look like when you finally able to get that job. Yes, you get that job, you are happy, you are ecstatic, you are excited. But you find out that as time goes on, that excitement it dies down. And once it dies down, you find out that that job you've been able to get, like the happiness doesn't end there, right? You find out that your happiness is not tied to that job. And then at the end of the day, you start thinking, okay, maybe when I'm finally able to save up this amount of money, when I'm finally able to save up with $1 million, or when I'm finally able to buy a house or stuff like that, fine, one day you are able to buy a house. But then you buy the house, and then you find out that along with buying the house comes with expenses. You have to pay the insurance, you have to pay the mortgage, you have to do the repairs. Anytime there is a problem, anytime there is a leakage or something, and then you set a target on another happiness. So you find out that it never ends. We as human beings, our needs, our wants, they never end, right? So you keep on reaching, you keep on postponing your happiness, and by doing that, you're not able to live in the moment. By doing that, you're denying yourself of a lot of things that you could have been able to enjoy, just living in the moment, just deciding that happiness is what you call it to be. Happiness is what you make it to be. So by tying your happiness to something, you find out that you are denying yourself of a lot. You are denying yourself of the ability to live in the moment, to appreciate what you have going now. Because you are too short-sighted, you are always reaching, you are always wishing, oh, once I get this one, I'm going to be happy. Once I get that, I'm going to be happy. And by doing that, you're denying yourself. You are constantly denying yourself. You are not that joy, that happiness you think that you would feel. You find out that you're constantly denying. You are never feeling it. You are never getting it, because it is always far. And you're the person that is pushing it far. But when you decide to live in the moment, when you decide to appreciate the little things, you find out that happiness is just simple. Happiness is just as good as the normal things you do every day. You decide today that you're going to be happy, and then you just be happy. It's simple. Like, it's not rocket science, it's not difficult, it is what you make it to be. Happiness is simple. Happiness is what you make it to be. Happiness is what you call it. Happiness is what you call it, and whatever you call it is what it is. And don't tie it to something. Don't tie your happiness to anything, because the moment you tie your happiness to something, you find out that you will keep reaching, you will keep wanting more, because you are not able to appreciate that, because with more comes with more, right? You tie it to a job. At the end of the day, the excitement of that job dies down, and then you find something else to tie it to. You tie it to a relationship, right? Maybe you're not in a relationship right now, romantic relationship right now, and you tell yourself that you're finally going to be happy when you're in a relationship. But then you find out that as much as love is a very beautiful thing, you find out that it is not always rosy. With love, with relationship, with romance comes ups and downs. So you keep reaching, right? You keep reaching. But once you decide to find joy and happiness in the little things, you are able to appreciate life. You are able to appreciate the beauty of life and the beauty of the things you have around you. Welcome to another episode of The Power of Positive Thinking. Now, today we are doing chapter 5, and chapter 5 says how to create your own happiness. Now, this chapter started by saying, who decides whether you shall be or happy or unhappy? The answer is simple. You do. So you decide your own happiness. You decide your own joy. You decide the things that makes you happy. It shouldn't be tied to anything. It's just a decision. Happiness is a conscious decision you make every day. And when you make that decision every day to be happy, you find out that as time goes on, it becomes a huge part of you, that when people see you, they are wondering, oh, why are you so, I've noticed that you're always so happy, you're always so cheerful, you're always smiling, people are wondering, why is this person always happy? And you tell them it's nothing. I don't have all the money in the world, I don't have all the, things of life, right? I just have happiness in my heart. And when you are genuinely happy, you find out that there are a lot of things to be thankful for. You find out that life is beautiful, nature is beautiful. The people around you, like, you are able to appreciate them. You are able to appreciate the role they play in your life. You are able to appreciate the little things around you. You are able to appreciate the little time you spend with your family. You are able to appreciate the goodness of God in your life. You are able to look at difficulties and smile, because difficulties don't last. Tough times don't last, tough people do. So you find out that life is beautiful. There is a lot to be thankful for when you look at the brighter side of life. Happiness is a choice. It is a conscious decision that you make every single day. You go about your day smiling. Look at this. Every morning before arising, lie relaxed in bed and deliberately drop happy thoughts into your conscious mind. Let a series of pictures pass across your mind of each happy experience you expect to have during the day. Savor their joy. Such thoughts will help cause events to turn out that way. Do not affirm that things will not go well that day. By merely saying that, you can actually help make it so. You will draw to yourself every factor, large or small, that will contribute to your unhappy conditions. So it's just a very simple thing. You know, you wake up in the morning, before you go about your day, you remind yourself that no matter what comes your way today, you are going to be happy. I am going to be happy. No matter the negative thought that comes into your mind, you fight it off. Because any chance you give to negativity, it will flood your mind. Negative thoughts, should I say, they are more powerful than the positive thoughts, because when you're going towards positivity, you are trying to force yourself into believing that things are going to go well, despite the fact that you may be facing difficulties, right? You are already in a negative space. And inside of that negative space, you are trying to get yourself to look at it positively, to look at it from the positive light, right? Now, it is a very difficult battle to fight, because you are already in the negative side. And inside of that negative side, you are trying to, like, look at life from the positive side. So it's going to be a little bit tricky. But you make that conscious decision that today is going to be a very good day. You make that conscious decision that you're going to smile through the day. You're going to look that difficulty in the eye and you're going to smile. You're going to be joyful. You can cry if you need to. It is okay to cry. It's okay to shout. It's okay to wail. You can do whatever you have to do to get through. But don't let negativity take you. Don't let negativity cloud your mind, because once it does, you find out that it may be difficult to come out. It may be difficult to come out. But where you put positivity in front of it, or in front of that difficulty, in front of that challenge, you are telling yourself that I'm going to be all right. I'm going to fight this. I'm going to fight that. You are able to overcome. You are able to fight. And another thing I want to add is, surround yourself with happy people. Surround yourself with positive people. What you watch matters. What you put into your mind matters. What you feed your mind, what you feed your eyes matters. The people you surround yourself with, who are the people you call friends? What are the things they say? Do they confess negativity, or do they confess positivity? Are they encouraging? Whenever you're going through a difficult time, whenever you're facing whatever it is, who do you call? What do they say? How do they approach it? Do they tell you, oh my God, this is so difficult, are you sure you are going to come out of this? Or are they saying, you are a fighter, you are a warrior, God is on your side? You check your circle. And what exactly it's not just about the people around you, it is also about you, it's also about your mindset. If a friend of yours or a sibling or a colleague or something would come to you with their difficulty or with, whatever it is they are going through, what do you say? What is the first word that comes out of your mouth? So as you are evaluating the people around you, you are also evaluating yourself. You are also asking yourself questions, and you have to be honest, because this is not a time to lie to yourself or to say things to make you feel better. No, this is a time where you tell yourself the truth. Because one thing I've come to realize is that whenever you have a problem, you are not able to fight it until you tell yourself the truth, until you admit to yourself that you have this problem. And once you admit to yourself that you have this problem, that is one step you are taking towards your healing. Once you admit that you have a problem, you are able to take steps towards healing. But once you continually tell yourself, oh, it's nothing, you continually push it off, you find that at the end of the day, you are still stuck. You are not growing. You are not advancing. You are just stuck in one place. So as you are evaluating the people around you, you are also evaluating yourself. Your happiness hinges on a lot of things, on a lot of factors. But one thing that is most important is the decision you make to be happy. And by making that conscious decision to be happy, you are eliminating the negative people in your life. You are eliminating what you watch. You are eliminating what you feed your mind. You eliminate all these things. You make your surroundings, you make your environment clear. Clear enough to breathe in positivity. Clear enough to breathe in good air. Clean air. So by doing these things, and if you are also the type of person that would go, that someone would come to with their problems and you go at it negatively, you also need to cleanse yourself. You need to cleanse yourself. You need to cleanse your heart and your thoughts and your soul, so that you can also be a better person, because it is not just about other people, it is also about you. It is also about you going towards your healing. It is also about you opening the doors for positive thoughts to flow, because with positive thoughts comes happiness. When you constantly remind yourself that God is on your side, that you will never fail, no matter whatever difficulty may come your way, you will not fail. I will not fail. When you make that statement, you find out that you go about life joyously. It doesn't matter if you're not living if you're not yet where you want to be or where you ought to be. But by going at it positively, you find yourself making progress. You are going higher and higher. But when you are always thinking negative thoughts, oh, how can I get it? Are you sure I can do this? Are you sure I have enough finance? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? You are questioning yourself. You are questioning God. You are not giving God the chance to work on you. You're not giving God the chance to give you the ideas you need to get to where you are supposed to go. So, and that is the reason why I said your happiness hinges on a lot of things. So, you want to be happy, you want positivity to flow, you have to work on yourself, you have to work on your mind. What do you think about? What do you feed your mind? What do you feed your heart? What do you feed your soul? I love this statement. It says, the way to happiness, keep your heart free from hate, your mind from worry, live simply, expect little, give much, fill your life with love, scatter sunshine, forget self, think of others. So let's talk about expect little and give much. When you have so much expectations of someone and they are not able to come through for you, you get so angry, you feel so entitled. Oh, why wouldn't you do this for me? I've always been there for you. But you're not able to like consider the possibility that maybe, just maybe, this person is not in the right state of mind to come through for me. And I believe that is the reason why it's also said to forget self and think of others. Because when you put yourself in that position where you are able to think of another person, you are able to consider the possibility that maybe this person is not feeling well. Maybe they are not okay financially. Maybe they are going through something. You are able to think about them, and you are able to understand that as much as I'm expecting this thing from this person, they are not able to come through, and it's okay. I've come to a point in my life where I have zero expectations of anyone. I don't expect anything from anyone. I don't expect disappointments, but I don't have any expectations. This way, it has kept my mind open and clear. So, whereas I come to you for an assistance, oh, can you help me do this? As much as I'm hoping that you will help me do it, I am also open to the fact that you may not be able to do it, and it is completely fine. It is completely okay that you're not able to do it. Now let's talk about hate. There is something I would always say that hate is a very strong word and a very strong emotion. Now, I don't mean to sound braggy, but I don't think I've ever hated anyone in my life. And I am praying to God that I don't hate anyone. I can detach myself from people, but to use that word hate, it's so heavy. The emotion you put into loving someone, the thought, the intentions you put into loving someone. I think it takes twice as that to hate someone. Like I can feel it in my head. I can imagine it in my head how much it takes to hate someone. It is consuming. You see this person, your heart is always beating so fast. You're always so angry. You are always thinking of the worst possible things that can happen to this person. You are always stuck. Like, what can I do to get to this person? What can I do to hurt this person? What can I do to make this person feel the type of hate, the type of pain they caused me? Or twice the type of pain they caused me. So you find yourself thinking these negative thoughts because you are putting your all your thoughts, all your mind, all your emotions into hating this person. So you find that you are not making progress. You see, whenever you think about this person, or whenever you see them, whenever you hear their voice, your heart will skip. You are stuck. You are not moving. Why are you doing that to yourself? You are living in the negative part of life. You're not giving yourself the chance to grow. You see this person doing well, you get so mad, you get so angry. Why are they doing well after all the pain they've caused me? Like the Bible said, God does not have favorites. So as much as this person may have caused you pain, God will still favor them. And we will say that it's not fair. Is it fair? As human beings, we will think that it's not fair. But that is how God works. God does not have favorites. So I encourage you to free your heart of hate. It may not be easy. I don't know how long you've hated on this person. I don't know whatever they may have done to you, but I don't think it's worth it. Because let's talk about forgiveness. When you forgive someone, you find out that it feels like you've dropped a heavy burden, like a heavy weight. Forgiveness is not easy. But let's be honest, when you forgive someone, you are not doing them a favor, you are doing yourself a huge favor. When you forgive someone of a wrong they did to you, you are not doing them a favor. You are not saying, oh, let me do this person a favor. You are doing yourself a huge favor by letting them go. You find out that your heart feels lighter. You move lightly. Whenever you see this person, you are not mad. You are not filled with hate or anger. You've forgiven them. You are able to, converse with them in a very light tone and just keep it simple and natural. That is what forgiveness does. You glow better. You think better. You sleep better. When you have that hate in your heart, you are constantly thinking, how can I hurt this person? How can I make them feel pain? Who would want to live like that? Nobody. At least I don't know about you, but I know that for me, I wouldn't want to live like that. Because I've come to realize that there is so much to be thankful for in this life. There is so much beauty in this life, if only we choose to look at the brighter side of it. Today, I encourage you to choose happiness. Today, I encourage you to be very intentional about your happiness. Today, I encourage you to be very intentional about your thoughts, about the things you put into your mind, about the things you think about. It is very important that you choose happiness constantly, daily. Make it a part of your life. You might be in a very dark place now, and it is okay, but take it one step at a time. You don't have to do it all at once, because if you try to do it all at once, you may get discouraged, you may feel overwhelmed. So take it one step at a time. One step at a time. You keep writing. Today you do one, tomorrow you do one. I encourage you today, wherever you are in life, both if you're passing through a difficult time, whatever it is you're going through, I encourage you to maybe get a pen and paper and write down the things that you used to do, or the things that bring you joy. Is it reading? Is it conversing with your family, sitting with your children, watching a movie, going for a walk, traveling, going on vacation, whatever it is? Write it all down and start taking it one step at a time. Start from the simplest and go from there. You find out that there is a lot to be thankful for. There is a lot to be grateful for. So we have come to the end of today's chapter. Thank you so much for staying with me. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for your time. Thank you so much. If this video has been helpful to you, I encourage you to like it. I encourage you to share. I encourage you to drop your comments. Share with your friends, share with your family members, share with your colleagues. Share with whomever you care about, someone that needs light and joy and happiness in their hearts and in their lives. As usual, I'm going to be dropping some quotes or some of the things that stood out for me from this chapter. Until next time, thank you so much for staying with me. I cannot wait to do chapter 6 with you, lovelies. Thank you. Bye.